Hey y'all, Mike from One Arm Brewing and Barbecue. COVID-19 has us cooking at home more. So tonight, I'm gonna try a variation on some enchiladas. I'm gonna call these One Arm's Cowboy Enchiladas. I'm gonna call Texas Enchiladas. We like enchiladas when we go eat Mexican food. I'm gonna do something a little bit different and Texify it. And we'll see how it turns out. Never made this way before, so we'll see if it's any good or not. So here's what we're gonna throw into these. So as Dad does dinner, my buddy Chase down in Houston, he likes to compliment us on our endless sausage spread here at One Arm Brewing. So we'd be remiss if we didn't put any sausage in it. So we've got some cheddar smoked sausage that we're going to chop up and put in there. We've got some bacon, some ground turkey, jalapenos, some poblanos, some bell peppers. We're also going to do some stuffed peppers with these enchiladas. That sounds kind of promising. Got to have some cheese. We got the Mexican style cheese. We also have this cotija cheese. This is really good. We just found this a couple of months ago and we really like this cheese. And then we also have this 6 cheese blend that we get at our HEB. We're gonna go easy. Canned enchilada sauce. I know traditionalists are saying you got to make your own. We're going easy. And then we're also going to go with some of this Goya cilantro sauce to go inside with the inside the enchiladas. Let's get to cooking, shall we? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chop up some peppers. So I'm going to take these jalapenos. We don't want these hot. We want these just pleasurable. We'll have a little bit of heat in them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in. I'm going to slice off the sides here, like so. Then we're going to come in and we're going to remove that inner membrane and the seeds. We're going to take those out. If a seed sneaks in, that's okay. That little heat isn't going to hurt anybody. But we're going to cut those out mostly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to thin slice these even more. And then we're just going to chop these up. We want these to be little tiny bites of jalapeno so that no one gets surprised with a big chunk in their mouth. Me personally, I like a little bit more heat. Fam doesn't, since we're cooking for everybody. Let's make sure that we get those chopped nice and fine. So there's that. We're going to do the same thing with a bell pepper. We'll cut it up. We're just going to take the top off, rip out the seeds of it. And then what we'll do with this guy is we will come and we will thin slice this. We don't want a lot of peppery taste, but we want some. There's no heat to this bell pepper. So same thing, we're going to come in and we're going to dice this up. Love that sound of crunching peppers as you cut things up. So we got it cut, diced up. Do the same thing to one of these poblanos. Same thing, we're going to just pull out the innards because we don't need them. And what we're going to end up doing is we're going to cut the excess, this other jalapeno, we're going to cut the other parts of these peppers here. We're going to use them in the stuffed peppers. We're going to stuff peppers with peppers. How about that? I tend to go slow on the chop. Slice my hands a few times doing this. So there's no speed. I'm not working in a commercial kitchen. You know, protecting the digits is a little more important to me there. So we chop these up pretty good. And then we're going to repeat with the rest of these. Alright, so we got those peppers cut up. 2 piles, thinner chopped over here for the enchiladas, thicker chopped for the stuffed peppers. Let's go ahead and cut up our bacon. I'm going to cut them into quarters, and we'll just come in and cut it up. I guess you didn't really have to cut it into quarters, Mike. Yeah, you know, whatever. Chop this up. Cut this. And then lastly, let's cut up our sausage here. So we want to cut this down into smaller pieces also, so it goes stuffed into those peppers really easily. We're going to mix it up with some of that ground beef. This is cheddar stuffed smoked sausage. Again, you can get whatever kind of sausage you want. We really like kielbasa and bratwurst. This is what they had at the store, so this is what we got. So I've halved it, and then I've quartered it. And what we'll do is we'll just come in, chop this down. All this is going to get sauteed here in a little bit with some onions. We'll throw some chopped onions in there. And there we go. So as you can see, we got the bacon going here. We got this other pot heating up. We're going to put a little bit of avocado oil in there. And we're going to go ahead and put in peppers. We're going to do this in 2 batches, remember. So we're going to go ahead and put this half of the peppers in. Now, you know what? Let's just put it all in. No sense in separating it. Make it easy on ourselves. We'll throw those peppers in like that. Throw the onions in, and we'll get it stirred up too. Get it heated up. While this bacon's going, got the onions and peppers going. Smelling pretty delicious. So those peppers are getting good. This bacon's pretty good. We're going to take the bacon off. We're going to put it over here on a paper towel. Peppers are going good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to throw this sausage into that bacon grease. Cook it up. Once these are sweated down, we're going to move on to some beef. While these peppers are going, we throw in a couple of cloves of garlic. This is our garlic press that has been relocated. Of course, let's go with a little bit of salt and pepper. They smell really good. Not neglect those sausages. Okay, so I think these peppers I'm going to dump them over here, and we're going to throw in the ground beef. You know, sometimes when we cook, we'll throw in ground turkey instead of ground beef, or something a little different, a little healthier. Some people think. Sometimes when we make chili, we'll make it with the ground turkey. Honestly, it all kind of ends up tasting the same. This is what they had on sale. Check on our sausages here. They are looking gorgeous. We're gonna go ahead and turn that heat off. I'm just gonna slide that back and let that go to town. Let's chop up this beef. So the seasonings we're gonna use in here. We're gonna use some salt and pepper. We're going to use one of my favorites, adobo. It's kind of like an all-purpose seasoning. It's got some garlic powder in it. It's got salt, pepper, some other little things. We're going to go with, turn that heat down a little bit. We're going to go with some chili powder. We're going to go with just a little bit of cumin for some smokiness. And then we're going to go with some brown sugar for a little bit of sweet on top of that. So we'll throw that over there. And we will just work this until it is all toasty and brown. One seasoning we forgot, Spanish paprika. Throw that in for a little bit of color and a little bit of flavor. It's really greasy though, so we're going to have to really burn off some of that. We'll kick that heat back up just a little bit. Let's give one of our sausages a taste. I do like me a good sausage. While this is cooking off, we're just trying to clean up a little bit some of our mess. All right, at this point, we're going to go in with another clove of garlic. All right, so at this point, we've cooked off a lot of that grease. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these peppers and onions back in, like so. We're going to use half of this for enchiladas, and then the others are going to go into some stuffed peppers. I'm going to let this go, and those stuffed peppers are also going to have the sausage and the bacon. Well, you know what? Let's put some sausage. Let's put some of this sausage in here. And let's go ahead and put the bacon in too. Let's just do it all, you know? Let's just go crazy. So this stuffing is going to be delish. We're going to kick this off, slide that back, let this cool down for a minute. We'll start putting it into the pan. Changing up the camera angle. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll our enchiladas. We're going to start with some of our enchilada sauce. We're just going to put that down in the bottom of the pan. I've sprayed these with some cooking spray just in case. We'll get that all nice and spread out. I'm going to take a tortilla. We're going to add some of our meat mixture to this. We're going to take some of this cooking base. I'm going to put this right down the middle of it. And we like cheese here, so on the inside, let's go with the 6 blend Mexican cheese here. Put that on the inside. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll this up like so. And then we're going to put it with the fold side down like that. And then we're going to repeat. That's 7. Next we're going to come in some more of the sauce. Put the rest of the sauce over this. Yeah. Spread that out a little bit. Then we're gonna come in with some shredded cheese. This is just your regular Mexican blend from the store. Now there are some out there who believe you should shred your own cheese. I am not one of those people. I like store-bought stuff, fast, easy. There we go. That'll go in the oven here in just a minute. Let's do our stuffed peppers next. So we gotta cut off the tops. Get some of that membrane and excess out. Probably should have been one that we cut up because it's not very thick. But you know what? It is what it is. It'll go there. Stuff the poblanos. Same thing. Let's get these innards out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our pepper. We're going to stuff it. But what we're going to do is we're going to layer that cheese in there. So we're going to stuff a little bit. We're going to cheese a little bit. And put some of this down in it. Yeah, press that down good. And let's get a little bit more of this. Like so. We're going to set it there. Let's get our second one. Not as big as the other. Makes it a little more challenging. There it is. Come back to our poblanos. We'll have to use a different spoon for that. So I'm going to get that down, deep down inside there. Same thing. Some of this. Some of this. And then let's finish up. Let that sit like that for now. Get the other one. Same thing, stuff it. Again, it's not as big as the first one. A little more challenging. Put that flavor in. Some cheese. All right. Go for the last bit of this. Like so. Set it right there, and you know what? I'm gonna skip the tops. Let's go with this cheese. Put this cheese up here. We're gonna throw some cheese down on that guy, and we're gonna throw some cheese on that. You gotta have cheese. And then lastly, last bit of cheese. Let's go with some of this cotija. We'll put that over on the enchiladas also, so we'll sprinkle this over the top. This gives it a little bit of a sharp bite to it. So you can see how I did that here. Right, little white flecks. Got the oven heated up to 350. We're going to throw them in. Just going to start it at 20 minutes and see what happens. So while they're in the oven, I just want to give a couple of shout outs. First of all, to my buddy Chase down at Dad Does Dinner down outside of Houston. He's been cooking up some really good food this week. Go check him out on his YouTube and his Instagram at Dad Does Dinner. He's got the goods. He's a much better cook than I am. I like to cook some stuff. I take a lot of shortcuts. I like a lot of flavor. Chase will do some good cooking, and he explains the reasons why behind a lot of the stuff. Chase and I have known each other for a long time. One of these days when we retire, we're both going to go on the cooking barbecue circuit and win all the awards. Another shout out to my friend Jan up in Idaho with Oma and Poppy's barbecue chicken rubs, barbecue rubs, seasonings, barbecue sauce, chicken sauce. Their stuff is phenomenal. Go check them out. Lastly, as you know, COVID-19, do something nice for somebody. These times are crazy. Every day we read about more people unemployed. We read about people looking for jobs and jobs aren't there right now. You know, hours are being cut. People are having a hard time looking for food. Fortunately, we're in a place right now where we can cook up some of these fun things, try them out. You know, these meals that we're cooking, they're pretty inexpensive. Hopefully you'll find some comfort in trying some of these out. Some really good flavors. Maybe just make you forget a little bit of the craziness in the world around us. Do something nice for everybody. Do something nice for someone around you. Give to your local food bank. Help out where you can. All right, so the timer's going off. We've been in the oven at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. Initially went for 20, looked at them, decided to give them another 5 minutes just to get that cheese a little more bubbly, get those peppers a little softer. Let's go ahead and pull these out. Here's our enchiladas. Look at those. Bubbly. Oh, they look so good. They smell delish. Slide them out of the way here. Now that the glasses have stopped fogging over, let's go ahead and get these peppers out. Look at them. Pull them up. Oh, look at those. You can smell the goodness. We're gonna let these sit for just a few minutes and then we'll plate them and eat them. All right, let's give it some taste, shall we? We'll go with the enchilada first. Get a nice good bite. Look at that cheese just dripping off of there. Tastes like a traditional Mexican enchilada, but the sausage and the bacon in there gives it a little bit of Texas kick. That brown sugar adds a little bit of sweetness to it. Let's go for the poblano, stuffed poblano now. Get a good bite of it. Make sure we get all the flavors in one bite. Here it is. Here we go. The poblano's just the right amount of done. It's got a little bit of crisp to it still, so it's not too soft. Fam's definitely gonna love these. All right, y'all have a good weekend. This is Mike from One Arm Brewing signing off.